Hi, this is Paul. I wanted to talk about the Mets, specifically Francisco Lindor. He had have an injury in his hand, the hand bone, and I forget which hand it is, but it's the hand bone. And they said, I think, first I know he wanted to play in the World Baseball Classic, and then I think the Mets didn't want him to play in that, and then I think they was going to even let I think Bad Bunny offered to pay for his insurance, but the Mets said no, and he went ahead and had the surgery, and he's going to be out supposedly 6 weeks because Francisco Alvarez had that same injury last year, and it took him about 6 weeks to recover. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be ready for the start of the season. Or if he, maybe if it's they ramp him up, uh, maybe he'll be And I know the Mets have a lot of guys that play. They're sort of out of position. Like we know, Bo Bichette is really a shortstop, but not a great shortstop. Okay, and he's supposed to be learning third. Okay, and we know, I think, what's his name? He's in the minors. I can't forget his name. But they do have a lot of possibly guys that they can probably squeeze in there uh, that could play shortstop in spring training. We'll see how it goes if they're gonna sign somebody, temporarily that can play middle infield, the infield and stuff. Because I know we know Brett Brady is going to get a shot at left field, depending on how Carson Bench does in spring training. If he doesn't hit that well, he's going to probably be down in the minors, and Brett Beatty will probably start in actually not left field, right field, because another thing, what you call said he'll play he'll play he'll play left field. They asked him, okay, and he said he'd play right field. So hold on, let me see. I'm drawing a blank on his name for a stupid reason. Okay, New York. That's outfielder. Yeah, Juan Soto. I'm sorry, drawing a blank on his name. Yeah, Juan Soto said he played left field, so they'll move him to left, and he'll play left field. So then Brett Beatty, maybe Carson Bench, depending on how he does in spring training, because I know the Mets are real high on Carson Bench, so he may make the team, and he'll play right. And I know Brett Beatty is supposed to be kind of a super utility guy. We know he can play third and play second, and I know they were thinking about also having him play a little bit of first as well. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. But hopefully, like I said, I'm just happy his injury, Francisco Lindor's injury, is not that great, and better that it happened now early rather than done when the season starts, because we know Francisco Lindor sometimes he starts slow with the season. So hopefully, now that he's had the surgery, he can just heal up, and then they'll probably send him down to AAA for like a week prior, so to get in batting practice and all that stuff, and then bring him up. So fingers crossed, there'll be no setbacks, which I don't think there will be, and he'll be ready. And I'm actually looking forward to the Mets season now that we made all these changes and stuff. Again, I still miss Pete. Okay, I'll always say that. Okay, but we have a new pitcher. We have an ace now, Freddie Peralta. Okay, and hopefully we'll see how the actual rotation is. We know Jonathan is going to start in the minor leagues, and hopefully if he does well in the minor leagues, he'll be up probably after the All-Star game, probably more likely. And like I said, the Mets have a lot of pitching depth. Like I said, so maybe even Kristen Scott maybe they'll bring him up, because I know he's coming off Tommy John surgery, and maybe they can put him in the bullpen or something. Because the Mets, like I said, they made a lot of changes, so I am anxious to see how it all plays out. Okay. Like I said, I was real nervous for a minute there when the Mets weren't doing anything for a minute, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 they started making moves left and right. Okay, so I'm hopefully optimistic that we'll have a good season this year and we'll make the playoffs. Okay, I'm actually real confident in that's just going to happen. Okay, I think we will with all the changes. It's just that hopefully everybody will gel together and stuff, and hopefully the pitching will last and stuff. And we got a lot of talent on this team. So hopefully, like I said, they'll come together as a team, and I think they will, and I think they'll make the playoffs. I have a good feeling about them. Okay. Anyway, Let me know what you think of this whole. I'm gonna say Jose Reyes again. Why I keep thinking Jose Reyes? Because I got a cup with Jose Reyes' name on it. No, Francisco Lindor, his injury thing. Hopefully, like I said, he'll come back in time for opening day. I know they played the Pirates, I think, against Paul Skeens and stuff. The first series, I think. But hopefully, like I said, it'll be early, even if it's not the first week. It'll be the second or third week. He'll be Francisco Lindor will be back in the lineup and stuff because we definitely need him. Okay, he's our switch hitting MVP, and we wouldn't have got as far as we got without him and Pete in that 2004 season. So, okay, he hit that monster home run in Atlanta to get us to the playoffs. So, Francisco Lindor, one of my favorites. So, fingers crossed that the rehab goes good and he'll be back in time and stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the new players gel and how they hit and how the lineup is played out. And hopefully the starting pitching will be a lot better. And hopefully the bullpen, now that we lost Edwin Diaz, but we got Williams and we got a bunch of other arms in there and stuff. And probably the young kids, one or two of them will come up and stuff. Okay, and I know they'll have that shuttle of people going up and down from Syracuse to New York and stuff, depending on how their starting rotation goes. Okay, and how the bullpen goes. So I'm hopefully optimistic that the Mets will do good this season and they will make the playoffs. I think they have a nice squad, a lot of contact hitters, guys that don't strike out a lot. Okay, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they gel together as a unit. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think of this of Francisco Lindor. Do you think his injury will just it'll be just like Alvarez and he'll be back on time for the start of the season? I think hopefully it will happen. Feel free to leave comments down below. In the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, as well. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store. I sell hats, t-shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears for men, women, unisex. Follow a link. It'll take you to my merchandise store. Also, the two designs are one, the spherical circles that you've seen me wear in videos, and also the Trepacer logo. Those are the two designs. So follow a link. It'll take you to my merchandise store. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long. Take care.